They're always 2 minutes. Sometimes they can be as short as 1 minute, but that's the longest. Why do we have them? Well, or rather, when do we have them? Well, as James has said, if we look at our agenda, they're always marked on there. And you'll see they take up almost half of the meeting, and that's because that they're really, really important. Even though they're short in duration, you know, they're one of the most important parts of the evening. What do we have them for? Well, it gives guests an excellent opportunity to have their first taste of speaking in front of people. It also lets established members, the expression we like to use, feel the fear and do it anyway. So that's very important as well. And it's also a good life skill. I mean, last week I think Connor made a speech and he put across the point very well, in terms of if you're going for an interview, you have to think on your feet, and you actually learn doing that through doing table topics. So it's a real life skill as well, so it's important in that respect. If you find yourself being the table topic master, which I'm sure you will all do or have done at some point, well, how do you go about that, doing that? Basically, like any of the roles, I think you have to make sure that you are prepared in advance. Think about the questions that you're going to put forward. Think about things that are going to encourage people to be creative, things that are going to encourage people to be able to give answers. Don't give them really difficult questions that they're going to struggle on, or try to avoid it. Don't give them questions where there's more than one part to it, parts A, B and C. They're never going to remember that, so they're going to be quite nervous. And so how do you actually answer it? If you're actually here, then although it's only a short speech, you still need to have a beginning, a middle and an end. So I'd say a little tip for people at the beginning, when you actually come up and you do your Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters are most welcome guests, because you have to do that because it is a club etiquette. When you do that, it's always useful to just always useful to say again the question that's been asked to you. So it could be, what have I put down for example, what was the last time you cried at a movie? Well, when you come up, you can just start off by saying that. Okay, that's a good question. When was the last time that I cried at a movie? Because it gives you that few extra seconds just to sort of, you know, loosen into it and give you your brain a chance to sort of think about your answer. Then you deliver your main content, and then once you see the light coming on towards the end, and you get to the amber light, then that's a good opportunity to go back to the question and perhaps paraphrase it. And that, if you talk about, if you can get the words about crying at a movie into the end of your talk, then it nicely, you know, dovetails the start and the finish, and it looks like you've had a nice general flow through those 2 minutes or 1 minute. Okay, it can feel like a penalty shootout. You know, you're standing here just waiting for it, or rather sitting there waiting for it, and the old tabletop master, he's just whacking that ball towards you, he's kicking it towards you, you don't know where it's going to go, and you start to panic a bit. So how can you get past that? Well, I came here and did my first table topic, and I'm not joking, you could smell the smoke because I just like crashed and burnt. It was like really, really bad. It was just like panicking all over the place. And I thought, that's not going to happen to me again. Next time, when I go, I'm going to think of an answer in advance, something that I know a lot about. So I thought, I'm going to talk about Greenwich. I don't care what I'm talking about Greenwich. Okay? So it was a good night. And I think the first thing that came through, we had to pick objects, and the first person came up, and they got a beer mat. And what do you think I'd have spoken about if I'd have came up and I'd have got that beer mat? What do you think, guys?
Greenwich pubs.
Greenwich pubs, there you are. Well, I'm so glad I got this, because I was hoping to speak about Greenwich pubs. And the next thing came out, I think it was a little boat. So what do you think? What do you think of the spoke about there? Kaisar, yeah. And when I came up, I actually got a little Christmas tree. It was a Christmas card with a Christmas tree. And surprise, surprise, I spoke about the magic of a Christmas in Greenwich. And I was able to walk up quite confidently and, you know, rather swaggeringly open it up and say, oh, I was hoping I was going to get that. And after it was commented on how, you know, how confident I was, but it didn't matter. Whatever you were asking me, I was talking about Greenwich. It was getting steered back in there. So just for people that haven't done table topics before, as I say, if you could think about a broad area, you could think about perhaps your family, you know, you can work that in. You can think about television. any question someone asks you, well, that's a good point. The other night on television, and in you go. You know, so that's how I can get through that. Now, not everybody needs to do that. Some people enjoy the spontaneity. They actually like that little thrill of fear, the sadists that they are. So, you know, it might not be for you. And a lot of the times the questions are very straightforward, and therefore, you know, they don't take a lot of answering. However, you don't know that when you're sitting down there. Okay, so we're going to move on. As we say, we've got some really good topics lined up, or hopefully good topics lined up for after the break. We've certainly got some excellent speakers, and so I'll leave that now, and I'll look forward to seeing you all later. Thank you very much.